Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the American Tier 9 autoloading medium, the T-54E1. This is a tank that not many people know all too much about, nor have they played. But I can tell you that it is not only an insanely dangerous tank, but it is one of the most fun Tier 9s in a good player's hands. But it has a lot of downsides. This is one of the few autoloaders that legitimately feels balanced when you're driving it, because while it does have 2,700 DPM, while it does have really good accuracy, a fast intraclip of 2.5 seconds, and 930 potential clipping damage, and with shell reload boost, you can deal all that damage in like 3.9 seconds, it has a big downside. And the big downside is the fact that this vehicle is incredibly slow for a medium, only going 45 kilometers per hour with a rather poor power-to-weight ratio. It has no camo values, and it's one of the largest tanks in the medium class. So it's got all these bad things there. It has no armor, and the biggest downside of them all is the fact that this tank has terrible pen, 283 millimeters of premium APCR, meaning that if you're aiming it on something that's higher tier, let's say E75 or an E100, VK90, you're literally not going to be able to cut through them anywhere. Even on the turret cheeks, it's going to be very hard to cut through. So you actually have to use your brain. You actually have to flank. You have to use the tank's clip and get to the side of players to damage them. And as we can see, that's what I'm doing here. Instead of fighting them frontally, I am on the hill, but uh-oh. We got a contender climbing up the hill, an RU-251. I got shot once, and then the RU gets shot once, and doesn't appear to look at the SMV, who shoots him again. I ram the RU, and I get one shell and two. Yeah, not really sure what the game plan was there. But I've dealt 2,250 damage, which is already pretty good. One more clip, I'll be up to 3k. And let's hope we can get that one more clip out. In 2 more seconds, we'll have our shells. We got the motion in the back. Let's aim it on that player. Well, we got the lower plate. There's 1, 2. Not able to get a third. Maybe no. Shell went off from where I wanted it to go. But 2,800 damage is not bad at all. We got the Lorraine 50 tons. Still pretty healthy. I mean, they have some healthy tanks. They got some 1 clips, right? The Charioteer is a 1 clip. The Lorraine's a 1 clip. Well, let's bring this 1,100 health player down a notch. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Was 1,100 health, now 254. That player is a 1-shot. B75 is, well, realistically 3 shots. But that's a great thing about an autoloader, is you can guarantee that you can clear someone as long as you pen your shells. That's obviously something you can't say about a single shot, right? If you low roll, you're kind of screwed in a single shot. So there's 1 shell into the Charioteer, 2 shells into the Charioteer. I was wondering if that Lorraine was going to try and poke me, but no, that player is clearly not paying attention to me. Okay, well, we are up to 4,300 damage now, and the Lorraine has only 9 health, so that's kind of a waste. Motion did have a decent amount of health, but just got shot. We got the Bisante. There's 1 shell into the Bisante, 2 shells into the Bisante. Okay, and I'm going to start reloading my clip. At this point, there's only like 600 health on the table. You know, we got an E75 TS at 360. We got a Charioteer at like 200. Oh, there goes E75 TS's health. Lorraine is 9 health, and yeah, I mean, they're all pretty low. But the Charioteer has a little bit of HP. If I shoot that Charioteer, I can deal 3,000 damage. So let's shoot the Motion really quickly, and then let's aim it on the... Oh, could have done 5,000 damage, but oh well. Not a bad game at all. 4,835 in total, giving us a victory, and not only that, acing the vehicle, earning over 130,000 credits. I don't think we actually fired... No, I think we fired 1 gold shell, but... This is a very good example of the clipping potential this vehicle has, right? It's super duper dangerous. You can get out some really nasty bleeds and get some really good wins in the 54E1 if you know what you're doing. So here we go. Game number 2 puts us on Castillia. Now we got the good spawn on Castillia because I hate this map. It's the worst map in the game. I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of other skilled players, and we all agree that this is just... It's a terrible map. Because this spawn, first of all, is flat better than the other spawn due to the cover you get from tank destroyers and the overall design of the map. But second of all, it's just the fact that when you're in an immobile vehicle, when you're in a heavy, you're kind of screwed, right? If you go up the heavy hill and the enemy team has a lot of tank destroyers or they have hill control, you get farmed. This map is just bad. That's really as simple as it is to say. So we got the LT-432 in front of me here, and can't really do anything to the LT, so I'm going to move a little bit off to the flank here. Just trying to think of exactly what the play is, because I'm not going to send it, right? There's no way I'm going to send it. If you've learned anything from playing Blitz, playing over-aggressive is not the way to go. You play passive, you wait for the enemy to make mistakes. There's 7 players, somebody's bound to make a mistake, right? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to wait. You'll notice that I keep looking back on the hill. See how the T-77 isn't spotting anybody over there? And notice how I pinged right in front of me here? It's because I'm telling my team the enemy team is most likely going to push. And if you read chat, from a scale of 1 to 10, how much will you rage if we YOLO? Right? So it's very easy to understand that most of the enemy team is on this side of the map. We got the T-34 spotted climbing over the hill. This is all very obvious stuff. So I'm going to get one shell into the T-34. I'm going to shoot him in the track wheel, and we're going to shoot him in the track wheel. Again, locking him down. That's 876. And because I know that the enemy team has no vehicles on the heavy side of the map, I'm able to sit here quite confidently and not have to worry. This is a great example on why you still need some people to go to the heavy hill. Because if you don't have anybody go to Heavy Hill, then you have no idea where the entire enemy team is. You need to control all sectors of a map to win the game, right? You can't just push all of your tanks to medium side and say, oh, we're going to win now. I mean, maybe it would have worked in this game, but I wouldn't have backed up here because I wouldn't have known where the entire enemy team was, and then I might have put myself in a worse situation. So you always have to keep that in mind. These are all things that matter. Knowledge is power, as the one Lamborghini guy says. Me and my Lamborghini here. Knowledge is power. Alright, well, let's reload here. We're up to 2,500 damage, which is pretty good stuff. Again, you can see where the clipping potential on this vehicle is very dangerous. Now, I was thinking to myself, do I want to clip that Panther? Do I want to roll around behind the enemy? And those were all options that were running through my mind, but I said, nah, I'm just going to move back over here. I'm going to help my team who's actively being pushed. We're going to get some damage out, and then we can move somewhere else. So, there's the Conqueror, 310 damage, and we're going to go for the track wheel, 293, and another tracking shell, 345. Well, there goes the Conqueror. That's 3,400 damage dealt now. And we are already back with shell reload boost, so we're going to be able to get a nasty clip out here in just a moment. Okay. Well, let's reload. Boom. We've got our shells. We got SU-130 here. Okay. Well, there's 1, 2, and 3. Pretty good stuff. 974 damage. That puts us up to 4,400 in total. What are you doing, Harley? I saw my dog's head lift up. My dog is such a cutie patootie. Alright, we got the LT moving up over here. We got the Brask in the back. Gonna shoot the Brask. Unfortunately, shell goes an inch too low, but that's okay. We're gonna pull into cover. We got the LT. Boom. There's one shell, and pretty good stuff so far. I want to get one more shell out. There you have it. 295 damage. That puts me up to 5,006. This is obviously a really, really good game. And it showcases the capabilities of this tank, right? It definitely has moments when it feels super strong. And you can take advantage of players around you and get these really, really solid wins. 5,006 damage. Super good. But you also have a lot of downsides, which definitely balance this tank out. I haven't played it too much, as you can see. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my dog just sneezed. But I haven't played it too much, 5 games. But in general, I do find this a really fun tank. And you can let me know your personal feelings. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you hate this tank? I know some of you are probably going to say you absolutely hate it. But either way, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.